professional astrologer, and in this video I want to talk about Capricorn, Sun and Rising for 2024. Welcome Capricorn, it's so good to see you back, many of you. Thank you for your support in 2023. And if you're new here, I hope that you find something useful in this forecast moving forward. When I do give a date, take a day on either side. And I feel that many of you Capricorns enjoy this type of video because you like to strategize and get your lives organized. And this video is going to go month by month after a brief overview, so you can get out your calendars and mark important dates as we move along. 2024 Capricorn sees you continuing this shift that has taken place since March of 2023, where you suddenly feel that you have more options in your life. This has been following on a very intensive 5-year period, working hard, quite a lot of stress, and since March of last year there's been an adjustment. You have seen that the financial situation doesn't need to be so tight. There's been a lessening of pressure on resources as Saturn moved out of that solar part of your chart. And Saturn, your ruling planet, is going to continue in an area of your chart throughout 2024, where it's got to do with communication, honing things, and formulating your strategy in the world. You know that there are changes afoot, in particular at work and at home. And you're trying to figure out the best way to move forward with that. The reason for the home and work polarity in 2024 is that the eclipses are moving into that axis of your chart. So we could be dealing with issues surrounding a parent, we could be dealing with endings and beginnings, and we are also dealing with changes that are going to come up at work. And you've been feeling this since July, August of 2023. There seems to be an opening coming. So you will have that energy all the way until the end of 2024, encouraging you to shift, to move things around. And just to return to the communication aspect, while we could be looking at other things such as siblings, maybe there's a sibling that you're spending more time with, a brother or a sister, since March of 2023, this is going to continue all the way until early 2025. And the communication side, we could be talking about learning a new language. We could also be talking about getting more involved in your local community, reaching out, doing volunteer work, or starting a job which is closer to home. Very much favored in 2024, Capricorn, if you've been considering that. And then before we dive in month by month, I'd like to mention the movement of Jupiter, the planet of beneficence that brings us bounty and expansive joy, usually a lot of opportunities. For the first part of 2024, Jupiter is still traveling through your house of children, pleasures, creative projects. There should be something good in your life that you've been experiencing since mid-2023. It's going to continue until the end of May 2024. That has to do with bringing in some relaxation. You're realizing that you need more of that, Capricorn. More time to sit down, be with your children, be with yourself, write your poetry, journal your entries, write your book, paint your painting. You have that in you and it's seeking expression now. Then after June of 2024, there'll be a shift of Jupiter into another area of your chart, which is going to focus on health, getting stronger, and taking care of all of your business. So let's dive in month by month. January is an energized and jam-packed month for you. I see the new year starting off with 1 or 2 days of adjustment that you can cut yourself some slack. And then by January 4th, Mars is moving into your sign, and it will be followed very shortly by Venus, and there'll be a new moon in your sign on the 11th. So lots of energy there for self-development. I see you taking care of yourself and getting on with whatever you do in your daily life, whether you're going to a job, whether you're retired and you're out in the community doing things, or you focused on a study project. It's really all systems go after January 4th. There was a slowdown in late December, and you're really going to be ready to get out there and get things going as January progresses. There will be a further incentive to get going and move ahead with groundbreaking projects after the 27th of January, when Uranus, the planet that rules change and rules this excitement, this new energy that can come in and break up old forms, it starts to move direct after being retrograde for a while. And we will feel that energy. So take a couple of days of adjustment around January 27th. If you feel a little wired in your nervous system, absolutely normal. Get to sleep early and take care of yourself. Many of you will have just celebrated your birthday, and now there's a new energy coming in. The solar light has entered, and you're ready to start the year strong. By mid-February, there's a little bit of a shift of pace. We see the action planet bringing attention to salary, to money, to finances. Take a moment to look at that during the second part of February and the first part of March. You're also going to have a full moon in the area of your chart that deals with travel or international contacts. So pay attention what's happening there. It could also refer to any university or college ties that you have. They may come under the spotlight near the end of February. But really a lot of time to get your financial house in order. Money may be coming in, and it looks positive for you, Capricorn. On March 22nd, there's an energy shift where you suddenly hone in on that theme that we introduced about communication. How do you communicate at work? How do you get your message out? Does it need review? Are you working on making a television series, writing a play, producing a film? There's something going on in how you communicate. You could also be connecting with your brother or sister at this time, sorting out things which have to do with a parent, or helping a sibling to move home, to get a new job. I see a lot of interaction there. We're gearing up towards March 25th, which is the first eclipse of the year. And that's taking place in that parental axis for you, Capricorn. This could also refer to your home and work polarity. How do eclipses work? Eclipses are there to illuminate something which has been hidden until the eclipse energy reveals what needs to be seen by you. If you are living in touch with your chart, eclipses can be very positive moments where you stand in the light and your achievements are honored, or you know the next way, the path is shown to you. If you are not on track, eclipses can be wonderful energy shifts to awaken you to see, what do I need to do next and where do I need to go? Eclipses also always work in pairs. So this eclipse at the end of March will be followed by another eclipse on April 8th, which will be a solar eclipse. So now you can begin to see why they work in two areas of your chart. Sometimes an eclipse can work to release a soul or an energy that has been trapped for a while, and everything emerges into the light. like a cleansing energy. So I invite you to take the time to relax and not rush about during eclipse season. We want to let those energies work on your life and propel you to the next step. The other thing that is happening in April is that we have a Mercury retrograde period. This is a mindful, lawful time where we are asked to relax a bit. It ties in so well with the eclipse season. Don't overschedule. If you're working hard, like many of us do, simply know that this is not a time to push anything. Yes, you can work hard. Yes, you can go about your business. But don't force issues. If you realize you're going to have a tight deadline, try to extend it. Cut yourself a little bit of slack during April. By the 25th, that energy starts to move forward and we can all get on and make big decisions in our lives. The other thing that is favored during that period of April is to visit old friends, to redo things that you've been meaning to get to, projects that you left years ago or months ago on the back burner and you've wanted to finish them and tie up loose ends. April is a great month for that, Capricorn. So strategize accordingly and let's make that a very productive time, but in a chilled way. After April 30th, there is no more time to lay back. Mars is going to enter that area of your home or that area of a parent. There might be a lot of clearing out to do. There might be a lot of action in the home. Someone might be moving in, someone might be moving out. Maybe you're doing renovations. Maybe you're moving home or helping someone to move home. Whatever the case, it's a good time to energize your home. If you have projects, mowing the lawn from big to small, or even building on an extension, this is the time you might want to begin that. In the northern hemisphere, it's springtime. In the southern hemisphere, it's the fall. And it's a wonderful time for tackling those things around the home that you've neglected. May continues really at a pace. You're very, very energized, filled with vitality, able to do a lot. So whatever you do in your life, that's a strong time and you can take on stuff. Then around the 23rd of May, there's going to be another shift. You've got a full moon in a very quiet place of your chart, followed 3 days later on the 26th by Jupiter switching signs. And that's going to take place in the area of your chart that has to do with your daily routine and how you keep fit and healthy. So I'd like to suggest that at the end of May, you go for that medical checkup, have your teeth cleaned at the dentist if you're behind on that, and really assess your diet, assess your daily exercise routine. Do you need more cardio, less cardio? Do you need to introduce walking into your day? Have you picked up some bad habits when it comes to what you're putting in your body? Use that time. You have some quiet time to reflect. And I'd like to see you actively engaging on putting your health first. The other thing that I could be seeing for that time of year is something concerned with pets, those beautiful creatures that share our lives, bring us so much joy, so much love. There could be activity around your dear pets at that time. So give them some extra special attention. And lots of love to all of you pet owners. June 2024 is a time to spend with family. I see you hanging out with children. If you are single and you don't have kids, this could be time to find a romantic partner. There's a lot of beautiful energy in the air. Could also be a time, if you are an artist, that you hone in on creating and producing work and getting it out there into the world. We've got several planets moving into that fecund and fertile area of your chart. So give space to this. Let it breathe. Venus is coming in there in June, bringing beauty, possibly even some money that can be earned through creative pursuits. And if any of you are struggling with that, I want to encourage you. Keep going. You have staying power, you have endurance, and if you have a goal that you want to reach, whether it's something as profound as being more fulfilled at work, I wish you to find it and to use 2024 as a starting board for that. Your ruling planet is in the sign of Pisces. 2023, 2024, 2025, the first part. This is a water sign. Your ambition can rest a little bit after those hard years. Find the dream. Pisces is a watery sign. It allows us to be idealistic. It allows us to dream. It allows us to expand our vision for what our life could be. So rest in that energy for a while you still maintain your firm eye on the mountaintop, on the goal, moving ahead one step at a time. On June 17th, there's a switch of energy, and by the 20th, Mercury, Venus, and the Sun are in your house of relationships. So this is a wonderful time. The Sun is in Cancer. There's a lot of energy to nurture your partner, to meet a new partner, to spend time with your partner. Give them some attention and see what unfolds during the second part of June and on into July. On June 22nd, you're also going to celebrate your full moon, Capricorn, and that is aiming to bring to fruition all those intentions that you set on your birthday in December or January. So you know where you're heading now. You've got this point in June. There's a solstice that takes place, summer solstice in the northern hemisphere, winter solstice in the southern hemisphere. It's a powerful, powerful time. And following on from that is this full moon that is helping you to see and be seen. What you put out on the world stage at that time of year will be listened to. It will be heard. So make sure that what you're putting out is meaningful, is kind, is mindful, and you can really make good progress. Now there's a very interesting energy adjustment that takes place at the end of June going on into the beginning of July. Your ruling planet is going to slow down. Neptune, an outer planet, is also going to slow down. And that is taking place for you in the same area of your chart. This place of siblings, this place of communication, neighborhood, community. So take a moment, end of June, first week in July, to reflect. How are things going? What needs adjustment? We could also be talking about schools here. Schools have finished. There's been a celebration. People have graduated. And now there's a slowing down in that area of your life. Astrology is very, very literal when we look at it. So for many of you, you might be moving away from this intensive daily homework, schooling routine, and it's really time to rest. Take a moment, take that first week in July, relax. You're also building to a second full moon in your sign. This is rare. It's going to take place on July 21st. So you get this opportunity for things to come to fruition once again because it's the second full moon in Capricorn. And as you know, most of the time we only get one full moon a year in our sign. So take note of that. This is really the full moon of endings and beginnings. What do you need closure on? Let that be. It's something that you need to finish and put to rest for once and for all. And you'll know what I'm talking about, Capricorn. So that's the week to close the door on that subject and to bury it for good. August, I wish for you travel, whether you're going somewhere nationally, somewhere abroad. I wish you a wonderful travel experience. It's very much favored for August. If you're unable to travel and you have to work, I'm going to encourage you to watch a documentary about a place that you've always wanted to visit. Plant those seeds because you want to make this trip in the next few years. I'm also going to invite you to sign up for a short course, something you love that's got nothing to do with work, a passion of yours, let's say baking or needlework or astronomy, whatever your passion is, sign up for that course and do it in August. We want to be feeding your soul and you want to be opening your mind to exploration. There is so much energy in the sector of your chart. There's also energy encouraging you to spend some of your hard-earned money. Whether you're treating a partner, you're treating yourself, or you're helping family, but spend that money with joy. And remember that money is linked to self-worth in astrology. So the way we manage our money and the way we care for it is very much reflective on how we care for ourselves and how we feel about ourselves. And that's something that one can reflect on deeply in your own time. The first week in September is a huge energy adjustment, so I'm inviting you to take it easy. If you have kids, some of them might be going back to school, you may be going back to work after the summer. Whatever your situation, there's a lot of movement in the cosmos, and that can be reflected in our lives, so we want to stay calm and not overdo things at this time. We've got the planet Uranus changing direction, and there's also a movement with Pluto that will be going back into your sign, Capricorn, for the very last time before it's going to finally leave Capricorn in November. So you might find yourself the first week in September confronted by things that have been an ongoing theme for you for many years. They could involve power struggles with prominent people, such as bosses or parental figures or teachers, and the energy may be something that has been resolved years ago, but it comes up again for you to explore. Or the Pluto energy could simply be nudging you in this part of early September to finish off things that you know need to be ended. And that seems like a theme that's coming up several times in 2024. Saying goodbye to things so that fresh things can come into your life. And that September energy, acknowledge it. Know that by the end of November, that energy is going to pass for good. And you're going to have an experience where you can empower yourself financially over a very long period, when Pluto is going to travel through the sign of Aquarius until 2036. So put your money-making hats on in November and get ready for that. We do need to talk about October still, and we've got a series of eclipses. One is at the end of September in Pisces, and the second one is early in October. October 2nd, there's going to be an eclipse in Libra. So how will this eclipse season affect you, Capricorn? The full moon eclipse in Pisces on September 18th is going to be very much about local stuff. Nothing major. It could be a sibling, it could be that community, but those same themes are going to come up that we raised earlier. Then the October eclipse is going to be surrounding work, issues on the job, what needs to be seen, what needs to be revealed. So put your mindful eyes on at this time and see what is being presented to me right in front of my face. If I know I need to make a decision, can I wait until after October 2nd and see what comes up and then act accordingly? There's good energy entering the home around October 17th, and it's linked to energy where I also see you wanting to be a little private behind closed doors, pulling back a little. So this is something that you love to do, Capricorn. If you're not in a relationship, it's okay to enjoy your own company. Take a little quiet time. If you are in a relationship, it's a wonderful time to hunker down with family and to just take some time to shut the world out. Maybe take a day off work and simply enjoy a quieter energy that is flooding in. Early November is a good time to adjust your daily routine again. I see energy there. Maybe you need to go back to exercising if you've let it be neglected over the colder months. Something is inviting you to take another look at your health, what can be nudged, what can be improved. The middle of the month is the most potent time for an energy adjustment in November. At the 15th, we have your ruling planet, Saturn, moving direction and preparing to pick up speed and energize you again. On that same day, there's also a very powerful full moon, which is trying to bring about change, to break something up so that it is no longer crystallized and new energy can come in, new forms can be seen. And it's hard to believe we're already at December, which is your birthday month, Capricorn. So just be mindful around the week of December 6th, when the action planet is going to slow down in an area of your life which has to do with partnerships, with money earned from partnerships and so forth. If you're not in a relationship, we could be talking about the public and so forth. Nothing to be alarmed about. It's simply saying that you can take it a little bit easy. If your partner is having some setbacks, some delays at work, it's all lawful. Relax. This is a slow down energy that's going to affect everyone until February of 2025. So go with the flow. It's a wonderful time to take a sabbatical or take some time off and not to push forward. If you do have to work at a high pace during that time, just don't push things, because once again, when a planet is moving slowly or appearing to move backwards in the sky, it represents how things are going here. And we don't want to force at that time. We want to use that energy, which is asking us to take it a little bit easy. On the 21st, the sun is going to enter your sign. So many happy returns, Capricorn. I wish you a beautiful 2024 and 2025. And at the very end of December, on the 30th, there's going to be a new moon in your sign. That's the day to set your intentions and plan for a glorious year ahead. I wish you all the best. If you found anything useful in this video, please like and subscribe. It helps us to grow the channel. Post your questions, post your comments below. I read each and every one. And I will see you next time.